No matter how good we are or how talented we may be, there are certain times in life when we are going to make mistakes. We are going to mess things up. And in those moments, one of the most common reactions is that we hate ourselves. This self-hatred can lead to serious consequences, such as depression or even thoughts of suicide. Think about it. How many times do we say, "I love you," to someone else? We say it often, right? But how often do we say, "I love myself," or "I appreciate who I am"? Unfortunately, this is something we rarely do. In Buddhist practice, the first step to spreading love and kindness is to practice love and kindness toward yourself. The Buddha taught that without filling ourselves with self-love and self-kindness, we cannot truly extend kindness to others. This is why it's crucial to learn how to love ourselves and how to be kind to ourselves without hating ourselves. In this video, I will share with you a few things we need to understand and practice in order to stop hating ourselves and start appreciating and loving our lives. 1. Do not believe in labels. We often put labels on ourselves. For example, your name is a label given to you by your parents, and it becomes part of your identity. It is something that people call you, and over time, it becomes who you are. Similarly, we are good at labeling ourselves based on our imperfections, mistakes, or perceived incapabilities. But here's the thing. The more we label ourselves with our weaknesses, the more these labels become part of our identity. For instance, someone might say, "I'm always angry," or "I have a weak mindset," or "I'm lazy." They might even say, "I don't have any friends," or "I can't fit in with people." The more we label ourselves like this, the more it becomes our personality. But these labels are not who we are. Our incapabilities or mistakes are just thoughts. And these thoughts can always change. You have the ability to improve. And that is why you should never let your incapabilities, weaknesses, or mistakes define you. You always have the chance to evolve and become better. So, stop believing in the labels you've put on yourself. Remember, you are not defined by your mistakes or weaknesses. 2. Learn to accept mistakes. Mistakes are part of life. They are evidence that we are trying and not giving up on ourselves. Every great person in history has made mistakes, and they learned from them. It is through mistakes that they evolved and achieved greatness. Always remember, mistakes will never define your character unless you let them. Your character is shaped by how you respond to your mistakes and how you learn from them. Do not let your mistakes define who you are. Learn from them, and allow yourself the opportunity to improve and move forward. You have the power to decide how your mistakes shape you. Instead of dwelling on your mistakes, use them as stepping stones toward becoming a better version of yourself. Believe in your ability to improve and grow. 3. Stop criticizing yourself and others. This is something very important when it comes to loving ourselves. Stop criticizing yourself and others. I'm not talking about constructive criticism, which can help us grow. I'm referring to negative criticism that brings us down. Criticizing others or criticizing yourself creates unnecessary barriers in your life. When we criticize others, we are essentially telling our minds that we are better than them. We set unrealistic standards for ourselves, believing that we should always be perfect. But when we fail to meet these standards, we end up hating ourselves. Criticism steals away our self-love and self-value. It holds us back from appreciating who we are and where we are in life. Instead of criticizing, try to be more compassionate. When you criticize others, you are feeding your own insecurity and your own need to feel superior. Let go of this habit and focus on building yourself up rather than tearing others down. 4. Believe that imperfection is beautiful. Take a deep breath and look around at nature. Everything in nature is imperfect. From the smallest plant to the grandest mountain. No plant is perfectly symmetrical. And no mountain has perfect symmetry. Everything in the natural world has imperfections. And this is part of what makes it beautiful. As human beings, we are also imperfect. And that is okay. Our imperfections give us the opportunity to evolve and improve. Becoming successful and happy is not about reaching a state of perfection. It's a journey. We are constantly evolving and improving. And this process never ends. When we accept our imperfections, we free ourselves from the pressure to be perfect. We allow ourselves to grow and improve without feeling like we need to be flawless. When you accept your imperfections, you can focus your kindness and love on yourself. Every day, when you wake up, take a moment to reflect. Sit on your bed and think, no matter how imperfect I am, no matter what mistakes I've made, I will not give up on myself. Keep improving every day, and keep making yourself a better and happier person. This is not selfishness, it's self-care. When you expect too much from yourself, you set yourself up for failure. And when you don't meet those expectations, you begin to hate yourself. But when you truly accept who you are, flaws and all, you give yourself the chance to improve and grow. 5. Practice self-love every day. To truly love yourself, practice self-love every single day. It's not something that happens overnight, it's a process. Start by being kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. Instead of hating yourself for your imperfections, embrace them as part of your journey. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. You are already worthy, just as you are. Self-love is the foundation for building a fulfilling life. When you love yourself, you can approach life with confidence, resilience, and a sense of purpose. It will help you to let go of negative thoughts and embrace a more positive outlook on life. Every time you make a mistake, remember that it's an opportunity to learn and grow. Conclusion: self-love is essential to living a happy and meaningful life. It begins with accepting yourself, including your imperfections and mistakes. When you stop labeling yourself by your weaknesses and learn to embrace your flaws, you will find the strength to grow and improve. Let go of criticism, both of yourself and others, and believe that imperfection is part of what makes us beautiful. With self-love, you can begin each day with the confidence that you are worthy of happiness and success. No matter what mistakes you may have made in the past, keep practicing these steps, and you will see how self-love transforms your life into one of peace, happiness, and growth. Take care and see you in the next video.